pretty much loud enough at the best of times, mate. So, I'm recording me, so it's
What are you recording?
so that I've got a record of what I've done, so that I can go back and make sure that I'm doing the right thing. Pardon? Well, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, look, good morning, guys. Thanks. Yeah, no, you guys can hear me out there, can't you? Well, excellent. Okay. Look, like I said, my name's Stuart Paul. I'm running for the Senate in the upcoming election. I really do appreciate the opportunity to pop down and say good day to you all. Some of you guys I've had a beer with over the last few weeks. I've been picking your brains and trying to find out where you're at in the world and how, from a political perspective, we can try and provide better services, obviously, for veterans. Any normal patriotic Australian would absolutely agree 100% that the traditions that we've had in our country and the way we've grown and what we've developed to become have certainly been born primarily from the Anglo traditions that were born in the early 1900s, and they've definitely carried on through everything right the way through all the other conflicts that have come about. And we certainly understand that places like this are vitally important, not just for you guys as a support mechanism, but also to stay in touch with people and remember those that are gone. It is obviously quite an honour for somebody like myself who's not served in the military to pop down here and be able to speak to you guys and be welcomed as much as I have. It is very humbling for me, and I've only throughout my family had a dad that was in the Army Reserve, I think, for a couple of years when through the early 70s, and an uncle who was a major in the SAS based down at Swanbourne there most of my childhood, so I did get to spend a little bit of time down what they used to call the hexagon or something down there at where we used to go and hang out. Obviously, from a political perspective, guys, my two platforms are very, very simple. Being an independent, I'm only there to want to be a voice for West Australians. We know that it's very hard for West Australia to get a voice in Canberra at the best of times, and based on the fact that all the party politics generally steers around decisions that are made over east, people in West Australia rarely get a say. My other platform that I want to be running on is trying to remove all the political perks and free up government money and government waste so that we can start steering them back into those areas that are far more important than people flying in first-class planes and holiday accommodation and all that sort of crap around the world. Those of you that have grabbed any of my stubby holders and looked at my card, you'll see there's a little motto on the back that says, "I won't let them keep taking the piss," and quite frankly, that's as real as it gets. We know they are, we know they do, we know they'll continue to until people try to stop them. And we know that as part of a dozen things in Australia that are far more important than that, we can start freeing up money and actually putting it into the services that are needed and the services that are required, that money can be better spent looking after a lot more people than just looking after people with shiny asses who have never done nothing in their life. And that's where I come from. I'm a hard-working bloke. I run my own business. I've worked in the building construction industry. I've worked in mining. I've worked in hospitality. And I've spoken to a lot of people throughout my life. I've been interested in politics for a good 25 years. The stars have aligned to allow me to be able to come down and do the things that I can do now and try and win a seat over here in Western Australia. And basically, guys, look, I'm here just to let you know that if I get in, you'll always have a voice, no matter what, that will be heard, and some sort of action will be taken on anything that anyone brings to me that's any sort of a decent sort of prospect. It's not going to bother me exactly what it is or what it's about, but if you bring it to me, I can guarantee you that we'll not only look at it, we'll try and find some sort of solution. If we can't find a solution, we'll at least get back to people and say, well, look, we can't find a solution right now. So it's all about being real, it's all about being an accessible politician and actually being available to the people of Western Australia, and that's pretty much where I'm at. That's what I'm about. Not really care too much about most of the people in the other side of the country. They tend to get a hell of a lot better deal than people in Western Australia, of course. But obviously the national interests are a high priority than a lot of other things going on at the moment. So that's pretty much where I'm at. Like I said, happy to stick around and have a chat to some of you guys that I haven't already chatted to. Any of you with specific issues or specific things that you'd like us to start putting some dot points together on and start trying to find some background information or some more people you can contact, by all means hit us up. I'm never a person that shies away from anything. I'm never a person that's going to not answer you or not respond and not get back. Obviously the next few weeks are going to be pretty crazy, but I can guarantee if there's something I can help you with, I'll definitely be there, and I'll make sure that I'm going to be doing that right the way through my tenure. As you can see, it's on video, so if I am lying or I am saying the wrong thing, you can come back, clip me under the ear and remind me of exactly what my obligations and promises are. I don't intend to let people down, and definitely tend to make sure that I live up to my word anyway. So from that perspective, thank you very, very much for your time. And yeah, I'll stick around any time. I'll obviously try and pop in for a drink or so in the next few weeks. But if anyone's got anything they'd like to ask or hit us up with, by all means do so. Otherwise I'll sign off and we'll grab some bacon and eggs, I suppose. It'd be the best thing. Smelling pretty good. Alright? Good? Thanks guys, cheers. Much appreciated.